Hello, Dylan here, and welcome back to Retro Reviews, where I play old games. This week, I'm going to tackle Batman. Now, this particular iteration of Batman in video games was the very first to be solely based on a film, and with Tim Burton's wonderful adaptation of the character in 1989, it was fitting that the Nintendo would get its share of the action when this game hit its library in 1990. Now, the other two Batman games before this were on old computers like the Amstrad and stuff like that, but those had no direct relation to any of the films or cartoons. They were strictly based off of the comics. Now, the overall style and art direction of this game matches the film, yet with any movie to game adaptations, liberties will be taken. This version of Batman was developed by Sunsoft, who was responsible for the development of other great games like Blaster Master, the Final Fantasy Legend titles, and Chameleon Twist. Now, one of the unique aspects on the game is the inclusion of the wall jump mechanic. This move must have been popular since it was borrowed from Ninja Gaiden, who birthed the wall jump in the era. It gives you a new dynamic than just jumping and immerses you in the experience. On the first level, you can either jump up the platforms the long way and take a long time and waste valuable time, or you just give a nicely placed wall jump and skip that whole section. The combat is a nice feature, and besides just punching enemies, you have a variety of weapons you can use, but they require ammunition, which means the only time to really use them would be either on boss battles or sections where you cannot punch an enemy in order to progress. Another interesting bit of information is that some of the enemy sprites and bosses are based off of other characters from the comics. Like, would you have ever guessed that the first level boss is supposed to be Killer Moth? Okay, this guy looks nothing like Killer Moth. And also, why is Killer Moth in this game? Wasn't the movie only about the Joker? Why are there other random characters to fight? But, oh well. Like I said, liberties will be taken. Also, isn't it a bit odd to see Batman killing people? Because, like, when he punches them, they don't just fall over like, oh, I'm beaten. No, they explode. But then again...
Kill you.
Well, you get the gist. This game is also extremely difficult. I've only ever made it to about halfway through stage 4 before I finally called it a night. Speaking of calling it a night, it's time to say goodnight to this dark night. That's about all I can say about the game. It is very difficult, but I said this is a game you should definitely check out. So tune in next week where I play another gem from the past.